welcome to Age Well with Joy. And today, I guess it's Age Well with lots of joy because I'm so happy to be here with Joy Barresi Saucier from Maine. She's from the Aroostook Agency on Aging. So I hope I got all those names somewhat right, Joy.
You did. Thank you. Thanks for having me join you.
Sure. I think when we've talked before, it's National Family Caregiver Month, but I don't think people recognize that there are well over 600 organizations like Aroostook and Age Smart in the country. So everywhere you go, you should be able to access your area agency on aging. We're funded by the Older Americans Act, and you can find us through the National Elder Care Locator. And we have that sign right up on the screen, eldercare.acl.gov. So that's a great way to find us. So for the folks that are watching from Maine, Age Smart is located in southwestern Illinois, about 4.5 hours south of Chicago, and we're 20 minutes from St. Louis. So we are definitely Cardinals fans, and a lot of our counties are right along the Mississippi River. So that is a little bit about Age Smart. So Joy, tell us about your organization.
Yes, Aroostook Agency on Aging is based out of Presque Isle, Maine, again in the county of Aroostook, which is in the we are the most northeast county in the most northeastern state in the nation. So we border on three sides by New Brunswick, Canada, and Quebec, Canada. And we're a very large county. Our county is larger than the states of Connecticut and Rhode Island combined. So I always tell people north to south, it's like driving from Albany to Boston. We're a big county. We're pretty sparsely populated, though. We only have about 70,000 people that live in our county. And our goal is that if you're an older person or a caregiver in our county, regardless of where you live or where our staff are, we will provide service to you.
Certainly not an easy task, and we get that because sometimes when there's more of a dense population, there's more resources available. In some of our less densely populated counties, it's very challenging to find services. So it is National Family Caregiver Month. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Older Americans Act, because I'm sure everybody follows every act of Congress, but this one is for older adults, everybody over 60. But in 2000, they added the National Family Caregiver Act to the Older Americans Act. So the federal government was recognizing how important caregivers were as people age in the community. So if a caregiver lives far away from their family member, they can access the area agency on aging that can help. And that's the great thing. It's like you may live across the country, but there is somebody here that you can call and that you can access that can help you care for that family member or find the resources for them. We talked a little bit in previous videos about what we do. We provide some respite services, information assistance, counseling, really skilled caregiver specialists that talk people through it. And we have legal services for caregivers too. Having that POA of healthcare and property is critically important. So those are some of the things that Age Smart provides. But Joy, tell us a little bit about what you provide.
Yeah, certainly like all the AAAs around the country, Aroostook provides a variety of caregiver services and supports. We tell people, let us be your first call. If you need something, if you don't even know the question you had, you just need help or have a challenge, just call us and ask us what we might have for you, because there is something. We provide a lot of information and assistance. We also provide case management or service coordination or navigation is how I like to talk about it. Like you need to help connect all the dots. We can help you do that. We also have some wellness programs for caregivers one is called Savvy Caregiver, and that's specifically for caregivers helping those with dementia. But we also are rolling out a newer program for us called Building Better Caregivers, which comes out of some really strong research that says this program helps caregivers take care of themselves. We have a new memory center opening, and that program is certainly going to help caregivers help keep their loved one in their home longer. And then we have a state pilot project, which is called Respite for Maine, which is a grant that we help administer for the state. So caregivers If you're caring for a loved one, an older loved one, or an adult child, or an individual with a disability, you may qualify to receive over a $5,000 grant over the year to be reimbursed for things to help you take care of yourself and help you to be a better caregiver. So we have a lot to offer. Just give us a call.
Sure, and you can visit their website and Age Smart's website too, if you're interested in either organization and what we provide. It won't be the same in every region because area agencies on aging do a comprehensive assessment, and we design our services based on the needs in the local communities. So we in no way want to duplicate services that are already out there, and we want to make sure that there are no gaps. We can't guarantee that there are no gaps, but we try our best to do that. And one of the ways we do that is through fund development. So I mentioned we're funded by the Federal Older Americans Act and some state funds and some other grants, but we really rely on people who use our services to make a contribution, a suggested contribution, not you don't have to, and then local contributions are key to helping us maintain the quality and level of services and assure that there are no gaps. So Joy, I'm sure you probably feel the same way, how important it is.
Yeah, I think one thing that many people don't know is that two things. One thing is they don't know is that we depend on matches from the community to match this federal money. That if we can't provide the match, then we don't get the federal money. And so some of our grants, could be to a 10 to 25, 30% match that we're required to provide. So we have to have that local community support and make this work. Then the other thing I think is that people don't realize, like you said, is that we the money that we get from the government doesn't meet all the needs that we have, even in the programs that that the government is funding. So for example, home delivered meals, that governmental funding is just a portion. We need more to provide support. So we've started a foundation at our agency on aging, a standalone foundation, which not only allows us to have people give for those annual needs that the programs have, but also to set money aside in plan gifts for an endowment for future needs. So we just celebrated our 50th anniversary. So our foundation is focused on the next 50 years.
That's awesome. We also have a foundation. It's the Development Association for the Aging, same kind of structure as yours. And so I think it would be important when we get into the end of the year, and especially coming up on November 28th is Giving Tuesday. Think about contributing to your area agency on aging. We are here for everyone 60 plus and caregivers and persons with disabilities. So we try to do our best to make sure that you can live well in your community and definitely to age well with joy, right?
Right.
So you can, the links are on the video if you're interested in making some contributions. We certainly appreciate it. And if you're a caregiver, remember, we are always here to help. So Joy, any last words for the crowd?
Well, thanks for the opportunity, and please give your agency on aging a call. You'll be wowed by the array of offerings that are available to you.
Great, and thank you everybody for listening. We certainly hope you have a happy, healthy holiday season. Thanks.